All right, guys. Haven't been on here for a while. I know some of you guys have been hitting me up. Barcelona, group stage versus Inter Milan. Let me tell you, this game, due to work, I was only able to watch the first half, and then I had to leave, and then I had to come back and finish the game. Let me tell you, after just watching the first half, Barcelona looked terrible. I mean, it wasn't just because Martinez scored within the first 2 minutes of the game. You know, it was a one-on-one with PK, Martinez going down, and PK looked a little slow, but he also looked like the defense looked like it was just simple to get behind them. That's what blew me away. It was like it didn't even matter. You could play a ball in behind Barcelona every time. They were stagnant, and this is with the fact that Messi, Suarez, and Griezmann started up top. Okay, there wasn't any chemistry. Our attacking players were running into a wall. You saw Inter Milan had like 5 players back, so that they had a player for each offensive player, as well as a roaming fullback to catch any of the fullbacks if they're going up for a supporting run. There was no space. They couldn't create space, and so I'm sitting here thinking, wow. Barcelona wasn't even hitting passes. I mean, they were hitting. It's like every time they crossed the ball, you know when you watch a kid's game, or you watch someone and then you see the kid get the ball, and they look up for an option, they see their player, and they play it through the middle, and everyone puts their hand on their head and say, no, not through the middle. That's what I was doing with Barcelona today. They were sending hospital balls. They were sending balls to their teammates, and then they were getting counterattacked. It was like I've never been so nervous for a central pass as I was with this game watching Barcelona. So I leave at half. Then I come back. Some big things happened in this game, to be honest. They started the half the same way, the same lineup they did in the first half. Kind of started a little better, a little bit more chemistry, but not a lot. Then something that I never thought I would see, and something that changed the dynamics of the game. Vidal came in for Busquets. And yes, everyone loves Busquets. He's one of the best. He's a foundation of the team. He's one of the best center defensive mids you're going to find. But he is slow. He looked out of place in that first half. Like he was always a foot behind. It was hard to really get it's like a separation between Busquets and Arthur and De Jong. It's like he's not either going up or they don't know how to work together to make sure that they pressure at the same time. I don't know. There's a big disconnect. There's not as much activity up top. Vidal comes in. Ooh, everyone who knows me knows Vidal. I consider him one of the best box-to-box players in the game. He can get everyone fired up. He can put pressure on both sides, and he can get back on defense. He's a scary individual both ways. He comes in. All of a sudden, there's a little bit of mojo building up. All of a sudden, things are starting to move around. And boom, Vidal, the utility player of all time, gets the assist. The ball is basically on the end of basically on the goal line outside the box. Messi passes it to the corner of the box. Vidal lobs it in, and Suarez destroys a cross. Low, side volley, the other to the right side of the net. Boom, goal, 1-1. But it wasn't just a regular goal. You could feel the momentum. Barcelona had faith. Barcelona had the energy that they normally do. And they go on to win the game 2-1 with another Suarez goal, which was another amazing shot. 4 men collapsing on Messi near the box. He just plays it to Suarez. He takes a little bit of a lift on his left foot, lift over the defender's foot about the 18-yard, gets inside of the foot, right post, bam, goal, 2-1. And the feeling was better. But what we really need to talk about is Valverde never, ever subs out his team. He never takes Busquets out, right? He also has yet to take Griezmann out. Griezmann was taken out for Dembele, and to be honest, it helped. Dembele's coming back in for a second game this season. I mean, it was better. And Griezmann, I'm starting to feel like it's the exact same situation that we had with Coutinho. Where taking a great player and we're trying to force him into our system, and it's not working. And he's banging his head, and he knows that he needs, Griezmann knows that he's trying to fit in. He's saying it out loud. It's hitting out to the publications. Valverde needs to find a way to make that work. And I mean, he can't ruin another player because he's not finding a way to make it work. I literally wasn't even going to do a video. I was just thinking about it. I was like, oh, I'm glad, Barcelona went 2-1, squeaked it out. I was nervous. But this is something else. You got Busquets, who is a homestead for Barcelona. He's always playing. They took him out for Vidal, which they haven't done all year. Griezmann comes out. Dembele. These are big changes for Valverde. He celebrated after that goal like you'd never seen him celebrate before. So he was feeling the pressure. It was almost like he was forced to make these moves. So now, what's next? We have to see how Barcelona adapts. You figured out what the problem was. You don't have any offensive chemistry. Busquets sits a little far back. At least he's not working so well with the two center mids you have, right? These are two new young guys. Artur and De Jong, these are not players that have been with Busquets for several years. I mean, Artur was here last year, but these are new age, young center mids. And Busquets and them haven't even found the chemistry. And have we even thought about the fact that they're lacking chemistry in the middle? I mean, we know that we don't have... it's clear that the transition game is not there. And you've got Messi, Suarez, and Griezmann up top, and you can't get them the ball in a dangerous situation unless the forwards are playing themselves. Messi to Suarez, Griezmann to Suarez. Then it takes you to bring Vidal in to get an assist and Messi to get an assist. The transition game has been weak all year, and it starts in the back. The traditional Barcelona players, the tall, sturdy, high-ranking players, are getting slower, and they need to also find a way to work within the team. But Valverde did make he made two good substitutions today, but the biggest one was Busquets, which is hard to say. And the build-up play got better. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, this is a hard game to really discuss, to be honest with you, because you never think that taking Busquets out is going to help your team score. Not unless it's an emergency situation, and it was. 1-0 down. Looking at possibly, the way we were playing in the first half, we possibly could be knocked out in the group stage of Champions League. Crazy. All right, guys. Talk to you soon.